If you don't take what they give you, like your first plea agreement, the next plea agreement's worse. Now I'm in jail, right? Watch the previous videos to see why I'm in jail. So I'm sitting in jail, and I basically, before this right here, the longest I had ever been in jail was like 3.5 or 4 days when the feds arrested me getting off the plane a few months earlier, like, I don't know, 6 months earlier or something like that. And they had to manipulate the fucking laws because, of course, you know, I don't have a lawyer, a high-powered lawyer that just jumps on these fuckers when they fuck with me. So they break the law, literally. Like, they kept me in jail longer than they were legally allowed to, right? So now I'm in jail again, and it's, you know, the feds, they just play by a whole different set of rules. Like, I'm not exactly sure if some shit about bail is in the Constitution or not, but there's no bail in the feds. If the feds want to let you out, they just fucking let you out, and they put you under all kinds of supervisional shit, depending on whatever the situation is, right? But you can't bail out a fed custody. And another thing is like, they have an insanely high conviction rate because the way they fucking do it is, if you don't take what they give you, like your first plea agreement, the next plea agreement's worse, and the next one's worse. And if you go to fucking trial, they bring more charges against you, right? They punish the fuck out of people for exercising their constitutional rights. You know, people that are not guilty plead guilty out of fear of going to trial and ending up with even worse sentences because they don't have a real lawyer. So anyway, I probably could have, if I had a lawyer just on, you know, I probably could have got out on those 4 days. And had I done that, it's weird. Like, the whole dynamic might have been different. You know, like, I might very well not have ended up in that because all this other shit that happened anyway. That's all just conjecture, though. You know, that's just like me, which in jail, in prison, you, believe it or not, have a lot of time to think. I thought a lot. I guess everybody doesn't think a lot. I mean, there's some just brain dead motherfuckers in there, but there's some fucking brilliant people in there. So I'm in jail, and basically what happens is like the day I'm getting arrested, I forgot to add this, my pre-trial release officer from the feds, because see, I'm already on a feds pre-trial release for this bank stuff, right? So I'm already dealing with the feds. That's why I'm in town. So now he shows up, and it's like, well, yeah, I'm super fucked. Well, I get arrested on all these charges from the state, but then they drop those charges, and when that happened, they like Cedar and I were like in the same kind of area or something. He's like, oh, well, that was good. And I'm like, no, that was not good. That means the feds are picking it up and we're totally fucked. Yeah. I mean, if my case would have been a state case, I could have, even in theory, fucking like technicality, like the cops didn't have a warrant and they're in my house. Like, that guy letting them into my house, I don't know. I would have done maybe a couple years. First offense, you know. But the feds, they're a whole different ball game. the first couple days in jail were like crazy. So I get put in, like, first you go like downtown, and downtown Portland has this downtown jail. It's like a skyscraper. It's got courthouses and fucking everything. Offices, cops, offices, jail. It's like a one-stop shopping. And then that wasn't big enough because, you know, there's so many criminals. Meanwhile, it was plenty big enough if they were actually only prosecuting real crimes. I'm in this, then I get put out to this other jail. It's called Inverness Jail. And that place is like an open setting, most of it. I mean, there's always the cells where you're just locked in there, you know, endlessly. They all have that, all kinds of different bullshit. You end up in that kind of shit. So I get out to this Inverness place, and I was right fresh out, and I'd never really been in jail before. I'd never really dealt with the jail politics. I'd never really, you know, even the longest time I'd ever been in jail before was 4 days. That's not long enough to like start to engage with, at least with me. Like I was just like, you know, doing my own thing. I've been in jail 20 times or some shit. I mean, but it's always like for a night or a couple hours or maybe a weekend, you know, for just nothing, you know. And now I'm in jail and people are like, oh, you're gonna be in there for like 20 years and all this shit. I'm just like, holy fuck, because I don't even have charges. This all starts occurring to me, I'm remembering this shit, is because of that fucking bank fraud. The damn feds had like a golden ticket with me. They literally held me for ever. It was ever before they charged me. I mean, it was fucking months and months and months. And I was only supposed to do like 5 months maybe on the bank shit. So when that time started clicking by, and I'm like, hey, how are they gonna fucking hold me? You know, and they just do whatever they want. I'm in the fucking jail. The cop comes in. Yeah, we got your motorcycle. And I just berate this cop, man. I go at him. I'm like, you know, how dare you wage war against your fellow citizens? This drug war is a fucking lie. You're fucking putting people in jail for fucking nothing. And this little motherfucker, he was basically in there, A, to try to get me to snitch, B, to do this fucking neener shit that they're stealing more of my fucking property. Yeah, property laws. Where were those around before this fucking Nazi-ass drug war shit, huh? Oh, the Constitution is very explicit about the property laws. Yeah, but y'all favor those fucking drug wars instead of the actual real shit. And then you wonder why everything's so fucked. Yeah, I mean, literally, you can boil it all back to the drug war. Shit's fucked because of the drug war. Shit's fucked because the people, all that shit. Anyway, so I'm in this fucking cell. People are telling me this shit, and I'm just like blah blah blah. You know, I got a club, I got this and that. People are like, yeah, whatever, and you know, just thinking I'm just some shit talking person, right? Well, then sitting there watching the fucking news, and here comes my fucking club about, I don't know, it was about 2 weeks later, I think. And this whole fucking story about how my club got busted and, you know, what it was up to. And so, and this is like, probably like the first week of October in 1999. I got busted like September 21st, I think. people start to fuck with me, then I'm like, oh, that's my club. And they're, you know, I had been talking about my club, and they'd been like, yeah, right, whatever, bullshit. And then my club comes up on the fucking news. And then, like, so I'm trying to get out of jail. And some of these guys that are just like, they're in there, they're doing their sentence already. That's where their sentence is. They're just little, I think you can go up to a year in jail or something like that. If you get a year and a day, they send you to prison. I think in Oregon that's how it works. I'm not quite sure. But I've met people that have been in jail for like 3+ years. Just, I mean, and jail is designed for one thing, to get you to plead guilty. Jail is pretty much the closest thing that this government's figured out how to torture people without actually torturing people, right? So jail is just an evil, messed up place. You're being poisoned by the water. You're being poisoned by the cosmetics you're allowed to get a hold of. You're being poisoned by the food. Like a huge portion of prisoners' diets is allowed to be fat, right? And that fat is allowed to be partially and fully hydrogenated oils, okay? And they do, I mean, just everything is hydrogenated oils. So it's literally, they're just fucking poisoning the fuck out of people in jail, period. The lighting is poison. The way the guards, see, the guards are in there 24/7, but they're only in there for 8 hours at a shot. So that's their fucking awake time, whether it's the middle of the night or during the day or whatever it may be. Those motherfuckers are making noise and pulling shit. You know, like, oh, you can't have something covering up your eyes when you're sleeping. I mean, like, they're going for the whole fucking, like, sleep deprivation, right? And there's all these cocksucking pieces of shit around this country, fascists. Every single one of you fucking jailers are fascists. Maybe 5% aren't fascists. So anyway, I'm sitting in jail. People are starting to fucking fuck with me a little bit, like, you know, they do, because, you know, there's this whole, like, hierarchy and, you know, and the shit pissing contests and gangs and all this shit. And I just straight up wasn't gonna fucking fuck up. I thought I had, because I didn't know shit, I thought I had what they call action at getting out through, I basically had never been in jail before. Well, so I, you know, it's basically I was just lying to myself that I wasn't gonna get out. But there was other benefits to not getting in any fights in jail before I went to prison. The biggest being the fact that I didn't go to fucking prison. I went to fucking prison camp, okay? That's a whole different fucking ball of wax, right? So, no offense, right? In the years I was in prison camp, it even changed, because nothing, you know, they just always want to change shit, so you can't just get into routine and, you know, make your time go faster. They're constantly fucking with you at every level, all the time. And boy, the stories I'm going to tell, because now I've got, right now, 7 years of prison stories that are unlike any thing you fucking watch in any kind of prison TV show you've ever seen. I even have some friends that we're gonna get together and we're gonna tell some stories together, and this shit should be mind fucking blowing, pretty much. This is what's coming up. Now, what just happened here in jail, so I can kind of leave this story down, and then, because I'm almost here. So these guys, and I did this thing, what they call PC up, right? So I went into protective custody, all right? So And this is after like 2 weeks. Well, then they put me in this dorm, and this dorm is the PC dorm and the crazy people dorm. So that place was pretty fucked. Now I'm gonna fast forward to the most notable thing out of that jail was like there was literally like I was seeing pedophiles on TV and in the fucking same thing that I was in. And I was just like, this is fucked, right? So one night, this fucking crazy guy kept getting up in the middle of the night and walking around and going, where's my jacket? Do you have my jacket? Where's my jacket? And he just wouldn't stop getting up. And when they have people that crazy, they just give them their own cell, but I guess they didn't really know he was that crazy yet. So they were taking him out of the fucking room, and I mean, he had been disrupting the whole room for like half an hour maybe. And so when they were taking him out, I said, don't forget his jacket, as a joke. And I got fucking busted for that shit. I got sent to fucking solitary confinement for a fucking week. Locked in a fucking cell for fucking 23 and a half hours a day. For making a fucking joke. Don't forget his jacket. Okay? Yeah, right? That's torture shit, man. That is straight up. And that was like a week. And then they put you all the way back through the system again. So then you have to go back downtown and spend a bunch of time down there until you're reclassified as okay to be let back in the open population again. Yeah, because I said a joke. Yeah, right? This is literally the fucking fascist state that are fucking a guy that fucking brings medicine in from a different country into a state that medicine is fucking legal in. Since 96 we legalized that shit. Is fucking being tortured. Like, I'm not the only one. They're torturing people by the fucking tens of thousands every fucking day. Okay? And I'm gonna go on and on and on about different ways that the prison system is torturing people. Okay? And there's a lot of them. And it's a sick fucking system. And it's so broken that whoever thinks this shit's a good idea is a fucking idiot. Okay? You don't ever want to put somebody in fucking hell and then ever let them out of hell again. Because what the fuck kind of perception of the world do you have once you've been in fucking hell? Right? That's why you got in the fucking Scandinavian countries, it's a whole different ball of wax. So... yeah, food for thought. I'm a super smart motherfucker, so I'm able to cope with all kinds of shit. So I didn't turn into some kind of evil, fucking fuck the world, fuck everybody type of person. But trust me, I saw so many of those people, so many, created by the fucking system.